We're just getting paid.
You ready to max out? Yeah.
I am not. Hold on one second.
You wanted me to ask you how old you're gonna be?
Yeah, that's true.
It's supposed to be
I'll be working until I'm
automated.
80 years
Or
old.
whenever the
Probably
one is.
fall off to the cemetery after I'm done.
Good evening,
It's a tough gig, but
good evening, everyone. At this time, I'll call to order the regularly scheduled committee meeting for the Village of Midlothian, Wednesday, March 1st already, 2023, 7 p.m. Roll call, please, Clerk Master.
Trustee Burbatt.
Here.
Trustee Caveney. Trustee Crowley.
Here.
Trustee Hilly.
Here.
Trustee Johnson. Trustee Killeley.
Here.
Mayor LaRue.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, sir. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I will open the floor to public comment. Is there any public comment tonight? All right. Seeing there's no public comment, I will close the floor to public comment and move on to trustee business. Trustee Burbatt.
Thank you, Mayor. We had a budget expense for mattresses for fire department. I'm looking for an approval to purchase 7 mattresses for the cost of $6,509.93.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion? Roll call, please, Clerk Moscow.
Trustee Burbatt.
Aye.
Trustee Crowley.
Aye.
Trustee Hilly.
Aye.
Trustee Killeley.
Aye.
Motion carries.
That's all I have.
That's all tonight. Thank you, sir. Trustee Hilly.
Nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Kiley.
Thank you, Mayor. Hopefully it's just a brief comment for our residents. And we have budget meetings this week, so I've learned a lot about different things. But one thing I want to talk to the residents about is that if they could make a point of downloading the Eye on Water app. So many times residents get sometimes they get an unpleasant surprise when they open their water bill because it's much higher than they thought it was going to be, and this is due to leaks. Our meters are very reliable, and it's almost 100% of the time due to leaks in your home. And if you want a hint, look by your toilet, because that's 90% of the leaks. But you don't have to get that unpleasant surprise if you download the Eye on Water app. It is on the village website. It's very easy to download, extremely easy to use. If I could download it, anybody could. And it gives you a daily and weekly, monthly summary of your water usage. So, and also will give you a notification if it detects any leaks, abnormal water usage. So it protects you against having that unpleasant bill, and it's just really, and also you can use it as a tool to reduce your water consumption also. You can track your water consumption. So it's a great thing. It's an app, really easy, and I would recommend that to all the residents. You can use it on download it on your cell phone, laptop, desktop, whatever you want. And it's a great thing. So protect yourself, and there's no minimum water usage charge now. So if you just a little, if you want to reduce your water consumption, you can use that as a tool also. So, and that's all I have here.
Thank you, sir. And how can residents find this app? Where would they go to find this app?
It's on the village website.
Village
Yes.
website?
It says Eye on Water.
Eye on Water. EYE on Water.
Right, just click on it and you're good to go.
Excellent.
I think there's also an app on the newsletter.
Yeah, I think you can find it on the newsletter, and you can also find it in your, if you have an iPhone, it's available in
With
the
the
App Store.
QR code?
Yeah, it's on the Google Play Store too.
Really?
Literally, EYE on
EYE,
water.
yeah.
Eye on water.
All right. Thank you, sir. It's a great service that we've been able to provide, and hopefully people could take advantage of it. All right, Trustee Crowley.
Thank you, sir. Tonight, Trustee Caveney's not here, so she asked me to address a couple things on her behalf. The first thing on her agenda is property maintenance. Trash is everyone's business. She's going to go into a lot more detail about this in the coming weeks, but now that spring is here, there is a lot of, winter going away and spring starting will uncover a lot of debris and things left over from the winter, so please, if you notice something, you can let the building department know and they will address it. You can contact them via our website, you can email them, or you could call the building department. So please keep that in mind when you're around the village. Next on her agenda, she asked me to let everybody know that she has filed the abandonment application for 2 properties in this last week. The first one is the old One Stop Auto at 3304 147th Street. And the other application that she filed is the vacant property next to Mr. Sub, 4339 and 4351 147th Street. As soon as she gets additional information on that, she will bring it to the board to discuss it. One other bit of information that she had was that yesterday, the South Suburban Land Bank, their commercial broker, met with the building department at the Honda building. They went through and they evaluated the building, and they will be listing that and listing it for sale and publicizing it to try to get a good business in there to buy it. Last on her list.
Moses seemed to be very enthused and energized on getting that property moving, so it was good to see, good to hear.
Yeah, that's what she thought it was a very good meeting too. Last on her agenda, I know she sent out an email to everybody regarding updating one of the job descriptions for the building department. If everybody could take a look at that and give her any feedback or comments, she will be moving forward with that in the next week or so. And that is all Trustee Caveney had today, sir. Can I keep going? On my agenda, the first thing I have is, last week I brought up the discussion, and this week I'll be making a motion for the locus module for our vendor notification of direct pay. This is to be able to notify merchants that we send our payments via ACH, that's what I was looking for, thank you. Via ACH, so that they know when they can expect the payment. The cost of the module is $500 and then $27 a month. This project that the village has been working on for about a year now will result in a huge savings to the village, because we will no longer have to be spending money to buy the paper that we have to print our checks on, the labor that we have to fold them, the envelopes, and then the postage to be able to mail all of these. In addition, it's also a safer way of making bill payments so that the village can avoid possibly people taking and trying to whitewash checks. So this has been a long time making. We've gotten a number of our vendors on track already, and we're making those payments. This is kind of the final step to get as many as we possibly can on. So I'm making a motion to approve the expense of adding the locus module for vendor notification of direct pay.
I'll second.
I would like to thank you for moving this forward, Trustee Crowley, and I know that we have been talking about this for a long time, and Director Redmond has put it in place for many of the vendors, and I can tell you there's going to be a massive savings in not just the producing of the checks, but postage and everything else. So I would hope that we could be able to track that at some point down the road.
That is one of our goals, is to track how much we're being able to save by a lot of the programs that Trustee Kelly and I are implementing in the finance department. This is just one of them, but you know, the manual labor alone that it saves of physically printing out, folding, mailing, and doing all that, you know, when you have the amount of checks and things like that we do at the village, is just going to be a huge time savings in addition to the financial savings.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right. Roll call.
Trustee Crowley.
Aye.
Trustee Hilly.
Aye.
Trustee Burbette.
Aye.
Trustee Killily.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir.
Next on my agenda, I will be making a motion. I did bring this up last week. Attorney Valadez had a few changes. but I am going to be making a motion to approve changing vendors from Paylocity, our current payroll company, to Paycom. The reason that we are doing this is that one of the policies that Trustee Killelea and myself have been working on to put in place in the village is coming up with a regular schedule to be able to review and negotiate all of the village contracts with vendors. Over the last year or so, we've been looking at getting a time and attendance software. It is part of one of the notes that we get on our annual audit that the village, to become compliant with, that we have a better way of tracking our payroll liability, time off, things like that. So in connection with our payroll software, we had been looking to add the time and attendance software. In doing so, we realized that if we, after we met with a number of different vendors, the finance department, the police department, the fire department, all, looking at software to manage all the different departments that we have. Currently, if we were to stay with Paylocity, which is the payroll company that we use, our cost for payroll, and that would exceed almost $25,000 a year. We are going to be entering into a savings of about $6,000 a year by switching companies, and we will get the module for free. So that's why we're doing this. We wanted to add the time and attendance software so that we could be more compliant with our auditor. This helps the village in bond ratings and things like that, but it's also so that we can better keep track of our payroll liabilities and things like that, as well as giving our employees the ability to keep track of their time. So with that being said, I'd like to make a motion to approve the purchase, the agreement with Paycom in the amount of $20,900.
Second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please, clerk.
Trustee Crowley,
Aye.
Trustee Hilly,
Aye.
Trustee Burbette,
Aye.
Trustee Killelea.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Outstanding. Thank you so much for that.
And then last is just kind of an update. I had been talking to a few people about the new process that the Illinois Municipal League is calling Moving Cities Forward, their new platform. One of the reasons I brought this up is because it goes, the Illinois Municipal League is supporting a number of bills and initiatives to bring money that has been taken away from municipalities by the state back to municipalities. And I think it's really important for our village to support it. I would be in favor of having our village attorney draft a letter in support of some of these. I think it's necessary. I did a little research. Trustee Killelea and I had Treasurer Britton run the numbers just for one of the initiatives, which is the LGDF, which is the portion of the state income tax that the village all villages and municipalities were entitled to. When it started in 2011, municipalities and cities and towns were guaranteed a total of 10% of the state income tax collections. That number right now is down to 6.16. To give you an idea of a yearly deficit for the village, as of right now, 9 months in, if we were collecting the entire amount, we would be getting an additional $1.1 million. And that's not even for a full fiscal year. So with pension liabilities and things like that, I think it's really important that we support this legislation and move forward and try to be in a position to get more of this funding back into municipalities, so we don't have to try to figure out alternate ways or, residents or businesses to try to make up these shortfalls that we continue to have. So, having said that, I did put this out on Facebook, I believe. I will also put it on our village website so people can take a look at it if they want. But it's a really good just real quick summary of the 5 important things that are facing municipalities. Obviously, one of them is the loss of funds for the local government distributed fund, which is the LGDF. Other is our public safety pension reform, which the Illinois Municipal League is trying to, Illinois legislature right now says that we have to be compliant and even by 2040, which would put a huge strain on most small municipalities. They're trying to get it pushed out to 2050. Also, making additional demands is the Public Safety Act that by 2025 requires all law enforcement to have body cams. Now, the cost of the cameras is not significant, but what is significant is the storage and the amount of time that municipalities will have to keep all of this video. And finally, they are opposing some TIF reform that would directly affect especially the village of Midlothian regarding being contiguous with our TIFs and allowing us to continue to do economic development as many municipalities have planned. So, like I said, I would just ask that the board consider having a letter written to our state legislators, letting them know how concerned we are about these things and move forward with revising some of them. And that is all I have this evening, sir.
I'm pretty sure I did read a resolution into the record on the support of bringing back the
Yes.
LGGB.
This was a little, and that's one aspect of it. They're calling it the Moving Cities Forward platform.
Okay.
So it's a combination of all of the top 5 problems that municipalities are facing. Again, the LGDF, the TIF, all of that they're opposing to try to get more money that the villages are entitled to.
Let's get something in writing, we'll get it to our state reps.
Okay.
I recommend everyone out there call their state reps and demand that they restore the LGBT local government distributed fund back to the 10%.
It's huge money. I mean, it's just, you just can't believe how much money's been taken away, and, it's really amazing that we're able to still,
And I gotta say, IML, Illinois Municipal League, has really done a lot of yeoman's work in championing for small municipalities, all municipalities, but especially the small municipalities that can't absorb a $1.5 million decrease in revenue. So they did get it up from 6% to 6.16%.
16%, yeah.
But, so keep up the good fight.
And I guess the last thing I would say is that Trustee Kelly and I have our final meetings tomorrow with the departments for budget, and I think for the first time, the village is on track to pass our annual budget before the end of the fiscal year. And so I'm confident. I'm not even jinxing it because I'm confident. I'm confident. Everybody here, everybody on this board has worked hard. All the department heads have really gone above and beyond to balance this budget, to make sure that the village still has all of the things that they need. So I'm really proud of the finance department, the board, and working with the departments has been fantastic this year. They've all just really pitched in. So I don't know what else to say but that. Our finance department has rocked it too. Treasurer Britton and Finance Director Redmond really put a lot of work into getting all this stuff done early so that we could, for the first time, pass our balanced budget before the end of this fiscal year. That's all I have.
And on that note, we did receive word from Director Redmond today that we have finally received the audit draft for fiscal year 21. There was a couple issues that she had questions on, so they're going to go back to Laura and Emma with those questions to get some clarification, and hopefully we can have the final draft soon. And then also, Laura and Eamon has already started working on the fiscal year 22, which we are being told we will have in late May of this year. So that really gets us kind of back on track. So thank you to the Finance Department and Director Redmond. It's good to be back on track. All right, that's Attorney Murphy.
Mr. President, I have no report this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, under my business, the first one is ordinance 2115, authorizing the Village of Midlothian Cook County, Illinois to borrow funds from the Public Water Supply Loan Program. What this has to do with is we are being mandated, all municipalities are being mandated by the state and the EPA to replace all of the existing lead service lines, water service lines in the village. So that comes at a very steep cost, which, as we are just talking, that we are just by one program, we are down 1.5 million probably with the loss of the revenue from the LGBDF. So they offer a program, it's called the Public Water Supply Loan Program. It's a low interest loan that we can use to get these lead service lines replaced. So I am asking for a motion to approve ordinance 2115, authorizing the Village of Midlothian, Cook County, Illinois, to borrow funds from the Public Water Supply Loan Program to get our lead service lines replaced.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any other discussion?
The only thing I remember this was one of Trustee Hilly's business some time ago with regards to the cost to the residents, if I'm remembering this correctly. Is this the same program that there is the possibility then that we will borrow this money, but then it could be forgiven?
It has been past practice that these loans are forgiven, and we are banking on that. It's going to stay the same.
Okay, because I know that's one of the things that we talked about last time, and, you know, for our residents, I mean, some of these figures could be $6,000 to $8,000 just to have their portion of the lead service lines replaced, and people just can't afford that right now, so I think it's a fantastic idea. Thank you, Jack, for moving forward with that.
And just to be completely open and honest and transparent, we have projected that it would cost the village $8 million to complete this project in full. And as I said, there are insufficient funds on hands, and so I appreciate it. Any other discussion?
We hope it's going to be forgiven, but remember, there's more people in the pot now. So it's the same amount of money, but from the federal government, but,
Right.
so we got to keep our fingers and toes crossed here. But we're doing it early too.
Right.
We're beating the deadline, so that's good.
Okay. Roll call.
Trustee Crowley,
Aye.
Trustee Burbett,
Aye.
Trustee Hilly,
Aye.
Trustee Killily.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. And the other item, at long last, we are going to put the sale of Rayday Lodge out to bid. It's not the greatest thing that we've ever had it done. There's a lot of history there, but unfortunately, the property has become a money pit for the village, and we do not have the staff to run it as a banquet hall. So the board has decided it's the right thing to do, to put it out to bid, to see what we get. Just letting the board know that we do not have to accept any bids that we get. That's all I gotta say about it. So I'm looking for a motion to approve ordinance 2116, directing the sale and providing notice of sale of the property owned by the Village of Midlothian located at 3220 145th Street in Midlothian, Illinois, an invitation to bid thereon.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? Roll call, please, clerk.
Trustee Crowley,
Aye.
Trustee Hilly,
Aye.
Trustee Burbett,
Aye.
Trustee Killily,
Aye.
Mayor LaRue.
Aye.
Motion carries.
That's all I have. Just want to remind everyone to join us at the Oak Forest Flaw Parade on Saturday. It starts at 11 o'clock from Jack Hilly School. It goes down Central from 151st to the Park District at 157th. So please join us. Hopefully the weather holds out, and it's going to be a good time. So hopefully see you there. That's all I have. Clerk Masco.
I have nothing to answer.
Thank you, sir. Then seeing there's no further business coming before the board, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you all. Great work.